What's up everyone, this is SliferKing here, and today join me for another one of my Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles, where today I'm bringing to you a deck profile for the new XYZ support in a XYZ / ABC Union deck profile build. That's a bit of a mouthful. So this deck profile basically uses the some aspects of the old ABC deck, which I used to have, but it's been updated with some of the new supports that was introduced from Maze of the Masters. So let's go through the monsters first and see what is what. So first off, I'm running 3 copies of X Cross Cannon. So this is effectively one of your new searches for the deck, because basically what this allows you to do is if you control a light machine, fusion, or union monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can equip one appropriate light machine union monster from your deck to this card as an equip spell, as if they were equipped by that monster's effect. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except light monsters. So yes, this basically allows you to get more union monsters onto the field, such as Z Zillion Tank and also Y Yarhead. So these two have relative similar abilities. So if this is special summon, you can equip one level 4. So this is Yarhead. It allows you to equip one level 4 light machine monster from your hand or graveyard to this card as an equip spell, while Z Zillion Tank is you can equip one of your banished level 4 light machine monsters to this card as an equip spell. So yes, these are basically like the 2 new main union monsters that you'll be going for on the deck. Now, the thing is, I'm actually running one of each of the original XYZs as well. So I've got X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank. These were originally not going to be in the build. However, I had a bit of a think about it, and well, at the end of the day, the main reason I'm interested in XYZs is because of the original 3. And there is some support which helps you get these cards out. And these 2 are union monsters, so they also can be used with Y Cross Cannon, and Z Zillion Tank and Y Yarhead can also bring out X Head Cannon. So I thought, why not run these 3? So it also allows me to go for some other combos. Then for the ABC engine, I'm running 2 copies of A Assault Core, 2 copies of B Buster Drake, and 2 copies of C Crush Wyvern. So these cards are still really good in the deck. The only reason they're down to 2 now is because of the new XYZ stuff. Originally these were at 3 each. These are still very good union monsters to have in the deck. The other union monster I have is Union Driver. So this is the other union monster I've got. Yeah, if you're playing Union deck, this is in a way kind of a good card to have a one of at least. So now we're going to be going through some of the other monsters which like get things going in the deck. So next up, I have 2 copies of Gold Gadget and 2 copies of Silver Gadget. So if you're not familiar with these 2 gadget monsters, basically what they allow you to do is special summon one level 4 machine type monster from your hand. It's the same ability for both. Gold Gadget is if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one level 4 gadget monster from the deck. So basically, you go for a combo with Silver Gadget and then get another machine monster out. And both monsters work in a similar way. But the main reason you're going to be using these is to bring out your level 4s. Next up, we have Honest, because there is a ton of light monsters, so it's always good to have 1 copy of Honest. Then I've also got 1 copy of Tin Goldfish. This is an older card, but one that still works quite well, because when this is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 monster from your hand. So once again, more potential when it comes to Exceed summoning, because there is still a couple of rank 4 Exceeds in this deck. Speaking of ranks, like rank 4, rank 5, next up we have 2 copies of Cyber Dragon, and then 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Dree, however you pronounce it. So these next 2 cards are part of the rank 5 engine. Cyber Dragon, obviously, you can special summon when your monster controls your opponent controls a monster and you don't, and Dree can change its level. And then we have 1 copy of Galaxy Soldier, and finally one copy of Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. So those are the monster cards for the deck. Now we're on to the spell cards. So first off, we have the newest spell, which is 3 copies of Union Activation. So this is actually your new search card for the deck. So you can send 1 light machine, normal, or Union monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard and add 1 light machine monster with the same attack, but a different original name from your deck to your hand. If you special summon 3 light machine monsters at the same time, while this card is in play, you can banish this card, add 1 monster with 3,000 more attack from your deck to your hand, then immediately activate. After this effect resolves, normal summon that monster. So I have a feeling that second ability might be more of a Blue Eyes thing, maybe, because obviously it's Kyber. But I'm not sure how likely it is you're going to be special summoning 3, apart from 1 or 2 cards in the deck. Next up, we have 3 copies of Union Hanger. Still a very good field spell to have. It just basically helps with, the core of the deck. Once per turn, if a light machine type Union monster is normal special summoned to the field, except during damage step, you can target one of those monsters, equip 1 appropriate light machine type Union monster with a different name. So yeah, just basically more ways to get unions. And, of course, because we're playing field spell, 1 copy of Terraforming. The card I was referring to earlier with the XYZs is XYZ Combine. So, if your light machine union monster card is banished, except during your damage step, you can special summon 1 X-Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Meltank. Or, from your deck, you can return 1 fusion monster you control to the extra deck, special summon up to 2 of your banished monsters from among those monsters, like X, Y, and Z. So yeah, it's basically a way maybe to just help you go out for XYZ Dragon Cannon. The other 2 cards I'm running is 1 limited removal, because pretty much everything is machine, and 1 Iron Core. If you control a machine type monster, target 1 level 4 or lower machine type monster in the graveyard, special summon that target. Its effects are negated, destroy it during the end phase. So just another way to help go for your fusions. So that is the spell cards. Admittedly, we barely have any traps. The 2 I'm running is 1 copy of A to Z Energy Load. So this is the one of the other new cards that was introduced in Maze of the Master. When your opponent activates a card or effect, draw cards equal to the number of level 8 or higher light fusion monsters you control. During your standby phase, you can banish this card from the graveyard, shuffle up to 6 of your banished light machine monsters into your deck, including a union monster. So yeah, it's basically a way to recycle cards from the banish zone. And of course, 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence, because pretty much every deck has at least 1 copy of those these days. Now for the extra deck. So I'm going to be going for the fusions first, and then I will be going for the Exceeds. So first off, we have 2 copies of the newest fusion, or one of the newest fusions. This is XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon. So this is basically your upgraded form of XYZ Dragon Cannon. And its effect is, so you'll need X Cross, Y Yar, and Z Zillion. So it must be a special summon from your extra deck by banishing the above cards from your field or the graveyard. Or graveyard. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can banish this card from your field or graveyard and reveal 1 light level 8 monster. 1 level 8 light fusion monster from your extra deck, special summon up to 3 of the fusion materials mentioned it from the graveyard and banishment. So yeah, this is a really good fusion for the deck, and it can definitely help you go for more of those combos. Speaking of combos, we have 1 copy of Unit Controller. Admittedly, I am tempted to put this to 2, because it can actually be quite a decent, quite an easy fusion to go for because of all the multiple light machine monsters. So this one requires a light machine monster, plus Y Yarhead or Zillion Tank. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards. If this is special summoned from the extra deck, you can add one spell/trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Union Monster in its text. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can special summon one light, machine, normal, or Union Monster from your hand. So yeah, that's probably why this is definitely a card which I'm tempted to go to 2, because it's fairly easy to bring out. It's helps you search for cards, and yeah, I think it's a pretty good card. So next up, we have 2 copies of ABC Dragon Buster. With the amount of ABCs in the deck, it's still a pretty good fusion to have in the deck. And speaking of cards which we can go for, I obviously had to include XYZ Dragon Cannon, one of my favorite fusions in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, as in the anime. And finally, because we have ABC Dragon Buster and XYZ Dragon Cannon, that means I have an excuse to have 1 copy of A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be to bring out, but I think that could be quite funny. So yes, so those are the fusions. Now for the Exceeds. First off, we have 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Nova. Yeah, 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Nova, and we have 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Infinity. Like I said, there is a chance to go for rank 5s, so that's why I've just got those 2 as an option. Of course, Cyber Nova works with machines, so that works quite nicely. And speaking of machines, we have for the rank 4s, first off, we have Gear Gigant X. Then we have Abyss Dweller. We have 101 Silent Honor Arc. And number 39, Utopia. Now, you may notice for a change, I don't have Dark Rebellion Dragon. I don't know why. I didn't feel like including it in this deck compared to previous ones. But yeah, this is a really fun deck to go for sure. And so, yeah. So there has been a deck profile build for the new XYZ support from Maze of the Master. Is it the most competitive of decks? Maybe not with the actual, because I've included the original XYZs in the deck, it might not be the most competitive, but at the end of the day, the thing that drew me into XYZs was the original Dragon Cannon. So it's nice to actually have a way to go for that. So I hope you've enjoyed this deck profile. If you did, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to know when my newest deck profiles will be coming out. I probably won't be doing one next month. I would say if I do another deck profile, the next one would probably be an update to 6 Samurais, because they are getting a couple new cards. Heraldric Beasts are also getting new support as well in the May set, which is quite interesting. So I would say June is probably the earliest I'll probably have another deck profile update if I do one. So yes. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and for now, this is SliferKing signing out.